This video will guide you through the steps required to enable a Java application for live monitoring by the Health Center. The first thing we're going to do is to launch the Health Center from within the IBM Support Assistant. For information on how to install the IBM Support Assistant or the Health Center, you need to watch video HC02, Installing ISA and Health Center, and that will take you through all the things you need to do to get to this point. All of the information needed to set up an application for monitoring can be accessed through the Help system, but we provided a shortcut to the relevant pages here on the Connection Wizard. So clicking on this link will take me to the Help system. Now the Help is telling us that before we can use the Health Center to monitor a Java application, we must install the Health Center agent and then start the application with monitoring enabled. Now the Health Center agent is a small collection of files that need to be installed within your IBM JVM, and they provide the mechanism by which the Health Center GUI obtains information about your Java application. Without the Health Center agent files installed, there is no way for the Health Center GUI to get the information back from your Java application. It's a two-stage procedure to enable your Java application for live monitoring. The first is to install the Health Center agent, and the second is to start your Java application with monitoring enabled. So let's click on the link in step 1, installing the Health Center agent into an IBM JVM, and follow the instructions there. So here we're being told to download the agent package by clicking the link corresponding to the Java version you're running. Now I'm running a Windows 86 32-bit version of Java, so I'm going to click on that link and then save the file to my hard disk. Done. Scrolling down the rest of the help, we see a section on installing the agent. And this tells us we need to extract the agent package you've downloaded into the parent directory of the JRE that I'm going to run against. For example, on Windows, if the JRE I'm running in is in C Program Files IBM Java 6 JRE, I need to extract the contents of the agent package into C Program Files IBM Java 6. To do the unzip, I'm going to fire up a command prompt and do everything from there. Now I downloaded the file to ctemp, so I'll just check the files there. Now my Java is installed in Program Files IBM Java 6. So I want to install the agent into this directory. So I'm simply going to unzip it over the top of where I am. And then just to check that the unzip has actually worked, I'm going to make sure the healthcenter.jar file is in JRE libext. Which it is. Now turning back to the help shows us that step 1 is now complete. So moving on to step 2, start the application with monitoring enabled, click on the link for configuring an application to enable monitoring. We've just done the prerequisite step of installing the Health Center agent, so we can move straight on to the procedure for actually enabling it. Now to enable the agent, we have to specify command line options appropriate for your JVM version. And these options are described in the Platform Requirements section. So clicking on that link, the command line options are all based around the level of Java you're actually running. Now I'm running Java 6 SR4, and I can check that by going back to the command prompt and typing in Java-version. Going back to the table in the help and now looking up Java 6 SR4, it shows me exactly what the command line option is I need to type in. In this case it's -agent lib health center -xtrace output equals perfmon %p out. So I now have enough information to be able to start my application with the Health Center agent enabled. Now currently my application starts by just doing Java test application. And that gives a message to the screen saying test program running. So I'll cancel that and relaunch it with all the Health Center agent options enabled. My application should start, but this time should show additional information to show that the Health Center agent has started along with it. And here we can see an info message saying the Health Center agent has started on port 9072, and now the test program is also running again. So now we've installed the agent into the JVM. We've also enabled my application to be monitored by the Health Centre. As we can see, the Health Centre agent has now started. So this means we can now go back to the Health Centre itself, close the help, and get it to connect to my application. Once you've closed help, you'll be presented back with the Connection Wizard GUI. Click Next, you'll be presented with a screen that will allow you to either change the host name or the port. Now we know the port is 1972 because that's the message that came up when we started our application with the Health Centre enabled. I'm going to choose not to scan the next 100 ports because I know the exact port number the Health Centre agent is listing on. Clicking Next will cause the Health Centre GUI to try and connect to port 1972 on localhost. And if all being well, we should see localhost 1972 appear in the box, which it has. So then clicking Finish will make Health Centre GUI connect your application and start monitoring live data. Now that we have a connection, the Health Centre is able to start pulling data across from your application and displaying the status of each of the areas we can monitor. So that's it all done. The Health Centre is now correctly monitoring your application and is able to give recommendations and analysis based on the data it's getting.